everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to my Christmas book haul, where I'm going to show you a huge pile of books that I was very fortunately given for Christmas. Can I even lift them? Here we go. Yeah, I had a great Christmas. I hope you did too if you celebrate Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you just had a great time with family and friends and just had a break. So I am going to dive straight into this book haul. So first I've got two what I kind of call maybe coffee table books. Firstly, I've got The Wit and Wisdom of Prosecco, because I am a Prosecco girl, and this is just really cute, and it's just got loads of little fun quotes about a lady that likes Prosecco. So very apt for myself. And I've got this cute little book, which is You're Going to Be Okay. And again, it's just really cute little books about positivity and knowing that really whatever hits you, you're going to be okay. I love these kind of books. Then I've got, on the anxiety sort of vein, I've got No Worries. This is How to Calm an Anxious Mind. It's just a cute little book with like hints and tips of managing anxiety, so definitely a book I could do with. I have got books 2 and 3 in the Poppy War trilogy. I'm not too sure actually the name of the trilogy, but I know book 1 is the Poppy War, so I've got The Burning God and The Dragon Republic. I'm really excited to read these. I love the Poppy War. That was definitely one of my favourite books of 2022, so I'm looking forward to completing the trilogy. Depending when I get round to these, I might have to reread the Poppy War, but if I read them soonish, I should be okay. But in these books, we join Rin, who she works really hard to get into this military academy that it is almost impossible to get into. But she gets into it, and there's this mix of sort of military skills, but there's a magical element as well. So yeah, so it's sort of fantastical realism, if that makes sense. But yeah, at the end of the book we have this huge war, and I think the next book we're going to sort of find out what happens after that. So I can't wait to finish the trilogy. I'm really happy about that. I got this absolutely stunning copy of The Secret Garden. It's just a beautifully illustrated book. I now can't find an illustration. Where are they? Come on, let me find one. And it's not a book that I've read. Obviously it's one that I know the story of and I've seen the films, but I haven't actually sat down and read it. But this is an absolutely stunning copy, so I'm definitely going to. Then I have got a non-fiction here. I've got Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. This has been on my TBR for ages, so I'm really pleased to now have a physical copy. And it takes the reader from the start to the finish of any long-form project, novel, screenplay, album, software, you name it, identifies the predictable resistance points along the way and walks you through each one of them. So yeah, project management one, but I'm really excited to read this. I think it's going to be good for home and work. Then I've got a book by one of my favourite comedians. This is The Book That No One Wanted to Read by Richard Ayoade. I read one of his books last year. I think it was The Cinematic Odyssey, and it was just so strange, so random, and I'm really hoping this is going to be as well. But this is, I'll read the back. I'm a book, hello. I'm going to tell you a story about a book that no one wanted to read. It's a very moving story and quite possibly might be the most important book of all time. Why? Because it's the first book to have been written by a book, me. Yes, that's right. I'm in charge now, so stand back and fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy read. This just sounds brilliant. So this is a book written by a book. It's just going to be strange. It's going to be awesome. There's pictures, there's like long text, there's short text. I think this is just going to be a really easy but a really nice read. So I can't wait to read that. And I love him as a comedian, so I think it's going to be quite funny. Then I have It Starts With Us, Colleen Hoover. I absolutely loved It Ends With Us. It was such an emotional read, but such a brilliant read. So I can't wait to read this. So in It Ends With Us, we joined, oh my goodness, what is her name? That's terrible. Is it Lily? It is Lily. her where she was dating this Ryle, and then we heard about Atlas, who was sort of like her first love, and I think now this goes back and this explores a little bit more about Atlas. So I think this is going to be brilliant and probably again incredibly emotional. Then we have Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe. This is a series that I'm really excited to read, and I have books 1 and 3 on my Kindle, and this is book 2, so I can actually binge the trilogy. And all I know is this is about a cafe where you go and you have a drink, but in the time while you're having a drink, I believe you can travel back in time, but you have to be back before your coffee gets cold. So yeah, there are rules you must stick to. You have to sit in the right seat, accept the coffee poured for you, and finally, most importantly, you must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. So I think it's a really sweet concept. I think it's going to be really nice. Couple of non-fiction now. We have Unwell Women. This is a book I heard quite a bit about on BookTube last year, but it was all a lot of people that wanted to read it. I don't think I actually heard about anyone that has actually read it yet. This is a journey through medicine and myth in a man-made world. And I think this is about where women maybe have been treated very differently to men in the past, that maybe some of our traits can be seen as ridiculous, certifiable. Either way, I think this is going to be a very interesting and eye-opening read. Probably quite emotional. Over a century, women's bodies have been demonised and demeaned until we feared them, felt ashamed of them, were humiliated by them. But as doctors, researchers, campaigners, and most of all as patients, women have continuously challenged medical orthodoxy. Medicine's history has always been and is still being rewritten by women's resistance, strength, and incredible courage. So, I think it's going to be a really good book. Then I have The Year of No Nonsense, How to Get Over Yourself and On With Your Life. This I think is going to be a little bit of a kick-ass self-help book. So this is where the author identified all the nonsense in her life and she embarked on a year of no nonsense, an experiment that changed the trajectory of her health, happiness and success beyond what she ever believed was possible. You'll learn how to quit the BS, get over your past and put an end to all people-pleasing once and for all. So I think that is a book I could definitely do with. Then I have got The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. I'm really excited to continue with this series. I read The Atlas 6 last year and I'm probably one of the very few people that absolutely loved it. So this is the second one. I'm really excited to read it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to reread The Atlas 6 first, just to re-familiarise myself with the characters. But it's about these 6 students who join the Alexandrian Society. That's it, they're vying for a place in the Alexandrian Society. And they all have got their own special powers, if you like. There's a magical element, it's brilliant. And only 5 get a place in the society. So the first one is sort of just trying to push the boundaries of their talents and powers and see who's going to make it through. And then this is going to be the follow-on, which is very exciting. Has it got any illustrations in it like it did last time? Yes, it looks like it does. Really awesome. So yes, so this should be a really good read. And then I have got a book by one of my favourite authors. This is Santa Montefiori's Flappy Investigates. This is going to be an awkward one because this is the sequel to Flappy Entertains, and that really bothered me. The ending of that book really bothered me. I'm not going to spoil it, but I think if people do things that are a bit naughty, they should be held accountable for their actions. And I don't feel that all the characters in Flappy Entertains were. I think it was like, oh, let's just move on. And then this is going to be the moving on element. So I'm excited. I mean, I like the character. Flappy was quite entertaining. So she is basically a busybody in this little community. She's one of those that organises all the social events and the queen bee of the community. So I'm intrigued. Obviously something happens and she goes and investigates. It doesn't tell me a lot. Oh, there's newcomers that move into the village, there's a ball. There's going to be probably a little bit of a title challenge of Queen Bee. We shall see. I'm looking forward to giving it a go anyway. We shall see how it is, well, if it is as, what's the word? If it bothers me as much as the first book did. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully whatever happened in the first book has been put to bed and we can all move on from it. The last book I got, Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favourite authors. I really enjoyed Malibu Rising. I quite enjoyed Daisy Jones and the Six. I loved One True Loves. So I'm excited by this. And this is about Carrie Soto, who I believe is a tennis player. And she is one of the Reaver children, I believe, who was a feature of Malibu Rising. I think. I'm fairly sure, but I'll need to read it to find out. But I've heard great things, so I'm very excited. So that is my huge book haul. I did ever so well. I don't know what I want to read first because I've got such amazing books on my TBR. But let me know if you've got any books for Christmas. Please comment below, let me know, because I'm nosy and interested. I hope you had a wonderful holiday, whatever you did. And I shall see you in my next video. Bye.